Today is going to be real.
Yes, sir.
We're going to get to the facts. You know, we're going to need you guys too. I'm going to answer any of you guys' questions, and we're going to make this day a great day. Let's go raise the voices.
Yeah.
So special.
I want to talk to you too. So I wanted to use this time to hello, how you doing? To put something in place where we are going to hold ourselves accountable and maybe have a checkup maybe 2 weeks from now.
And we have voter registration, so when you do that, stress that because everybody can register to vote.
Yeah. So this is more my way to come in on this,
okay.
You know, rather than giving a speech that I think most of us already heard.
Okay.
I want to, you know, put some action.
What's laid on your heart to do, that's what we want.
Jesus, baby.
You see that? What that says? It doesn't mean one. He died for what reason? Oh, pay attention.
One, I think if you don't think that was wrong and you're a police officer, again, my personal opinion, absolutely, I don't think you should be a police officer. Well, what if you watch anybody die like that, or really in any way, and you don't care? You've lost your sense of humanity.
We're very elated to be here today for a movement of peace and equality. Hey! How you doing? How you doing?
It's the same thing as us, that none of us are, I mean, how do you even, we don't condone this.
We don't.
I mean, there is no way to even explain it.
Yes.
One, we wouldn't do it. And two, we wouldn't stand by and allow somebody to do it. You know, and I'm going to speak on that today.
Yeah.
Everything that we are trying to do in our communities to bridge those gaps and to work on these things and to see one person do something that literally in a matter of seconds destroy everything that you're trying to do.
When I saw it,
that's what it was. The guys in our department were talking about it and how bad it was and everything else, and I hadn't even seen it yet. I hadn't even heard about it because I'm kind of like that too. I mean, for the most part, I just stay off the social media. And once they kind of told me about it, I went and watched it, and I was like, I mean, even as a chief, you can't defend that. No, there's absolutely no reason for that to happen.
America needs to come together in a sense where we don't have to enact violence or looting or stealing only to be able to be heard. So right now, I am so proud of the millennials, black people, white people, chiefs like yourself, police officers like yourself doing things, because if we don't come together, this is never going to stop.
The other half is doing the right thing when everybody's watching, and it might not be the popular thing to do, right? That's where these officers in Minneapolis were struggling, standing by doing this, because they knew that if I go over there and I stop this, although they're sworn to do that, well, it's not going to be popular with this officer. They're going to be mad at me for doing this. So instead of being the unpopular based on a culture, we would rather watch a man die right in front of us instead of doing something to stop it. That's a problem.
It is my honor to introduce Chief of Police, Mr. Anthony Henderson.
What a great crowd. I appreciate everybody coming out. I just want you to know that I wrote things down because I want to make sure that I'm able to say everything that I feel like we need to say today. The tragic events that transpired in Minneapolis with the death of George Floyd was tragic and unnecessary and hard to watch. No matter the reason for Mr. Floyd's encounter with police that day, he did not deserve to lose his life. There is no excuse or justification for what that officer did and for those officers that stood by and did nothing. We swore an oath to uphold the Constitution and protect the rights of all. The Wylie Police Department will not tolerate injustice or racism. We have and will continue to be committed to the unity within our community and working with all of our citizens, regardless of one's race, gender, religious, or personal beliefs. The Wylie Police Department is proud to serve you and we greatly appreciate all of your support. Thank you.
Yeah.
Black Lives Matter. Not being racist doesn't help anyone but yourself. It allows you to avoid confrontation while assuming an air of innocence.
Please register to vote.
This country has to have hard conversations. Number one, political justice. Number two, economic justice. Number three, educational justice. Number four, social justice. Reparations need to be given to African Americans. This is whack. We ain't going back. This is whack. We ain't going back. Because we shouldn't be here at this point in 2020. God bless everyone.
Can I take the mic? Can I take it?
Everybody can't be 7 feet, man.
I'm 7 feet tall, so I'm Mahinmi, and I'm honored to be with you guys. What I want to do today is not a long speech. What I want to do is use my platform and give it to you guys. You know, I want to be with you. I want to take pictures, and I want to show the world what Wylie, Texas is doing now. Because what you guys are doing is just as important as what's going on in DC. I'm currently playing with the Wizards, so I'm very heavily involved with what's going on in DC. But what you guys are doing here is just as important. So I'm here for that. I'm here for you guys, but I'm also here to make sure that we held ourselves accountable for change. You know, we install a conversation that needs to happen between our communities and the police. We need to create a platform where we can have conversation with a man like him. That was one of the first black officers to march with protesters in the streets. So I want to establish a platform where we can communicate with guys like him, or guys like the chief of Wylie. It's very important. Second thing that I want to do, and I want to really, all of us to hold us accountable, is to vote. I can't say it enough. We can't say it enough. This is what we need to do. So, with all that being said, I'm going to, I don't know if it's possible because there's so many people that I didn't know that Wylie was going to show up the whole, but it's crazy. It's pretty amazing. I'm really shocked because first I thought it was going to be small, honestly. And then when I look around, it's amazing. So I don't know how we're going to do it, but I would really want everybody to get on the picture so I could blast this thing out. So bear with me after that, and I will pass. One more time, thank you for having me, Wylie, and I'll get with you later. Thank you.
Good afternoon, guys. I'm Sergeant Carter from the Dallas Police Department. I know I don't work here in Wylie, Texas. I work for Dallas. But I think what's going on, at some point in time, we as law enforcement officers have to come together and understand that systemic racism is a problem across the United States and the department as a whole. And first, before I start to speak, I want to tell you guys something. As a law enforcement officer, if you look at the video, what happened to Mr. George Floyd, and you don't see anything wrong, then you need to reevaluate yourself while you wear a badge. Second of all, as a citizen of the United States, if you look at that video and you don't see anything wrong, then I don't think you're human. I challenge each of you tonight when you go home, attempt to get down on one knee for 8 minutes and 46 seconds and see what that does to your knee. Now understand, having something placed up under you as a human body for 8 minutes and 46 seconds, and think about what he was going through. We sit around and we say we got to have these conversations. I have the experience of being both. I am an African American male and I am a police officer. I understand that when I'm outside this uniform, I'm just like every other black male. I've been pulled out of my car at gunpoint. I've had officers say rude things to me. And then when they find out I'm a police officer, the words they say, oh, you're a cop? Why should that matter that I'm a cop? I do a lot of public speaking, okay? And when I get done, the first thing they say is, oh, you're well spoken. Should you not expect that from a black man? Doing the right thing means sometimes you have to stand alone. And sometimes you'll have to stand alone until enough people come over there and say, hey, that's not right. So as a law enforcement officer, if we say we want to do the right thing, then that means sometimes we're going to have to be uncomfortable in our own skin. The best way for us as police officers, the good police officers, to get those guys out of uniform that are not wearing the badge for the right way is make them feel uncomfortable. That's what we're going to have to make these officers do, feel uncomfortable. Every race, every being, every person has to understand that first and foremost, we're all God's creatures. Second of all, we have to be willing to step to the forefront and talk about those issues that don't really affect you as a person, but affect someone that you know and love. As police officers, we have to do a better job with bridging those gaps between the communities that we serve. As I close, guys, I want each of you to know I love every last one of you, no matter if you're black, white, blue, green, or purple. And as I tell my children, okay, at some point in time, things are not going to go the right way. But life is 10% of what happens to you and 90% of what you do about it. Thank you, guys.
We live in a country where the color of your skin is a deciding factor in whether or not you will survive an encounter with those who are meant to protect and serve you.
I refuse to let our blackness be used as a weapon or as a weakness.
To be black in America is to be asked, why are you so angry?
Racism is not getting worse, it's getting filmed. I'm not going to be silent. My voice needs to be heard.
Why am I so angry? Why am I so angry? I am angry because I have to work 2 times harder and still get called smarter. I am angry because my bones have built this nation and I am still forced to suffer your damnation.
I'm 11 having to tell people older my age that it's not right to treat people of color any different.
Our melanin serves as a protectant from the sun, not guns, not police brutality, and not racist tendencies. As a black individual, you have to understand that you take every opportunity and you don't apologize for it. Don't sit there and let someone tell you that you're only here just to fit the quota or just for affirmative action, because that's not the case. And that would have worked a few years ago, but my confidence has been lifted from the ground, meaning my self-esteem is no longer depressed. We have the power because we are the people.
Long time coming, but I know the change don't come.
This concludes our part of it. Okay? I have more stuff. Hold on. If you want to march, we're marching around the block. It is not a part of this event, but people felt moved to do it. I ask that when you do it, you keep the same energy and the same peace. Please don't tear up our shit. Excuse my words, but I'm a minority only.
Man, what a day, what a morning. What a morning, man.
That's crazy. That's good.
You were there too?
Yeah,
bro. Yeah, man.
Oh.
Oh, she said bye. Oh, she said bye.
Yes,
You ready?
Yeah. Be back at it again. Yeah.
One thing I want to say before I leave, I want to salute my brother right here, King. The stuff he's doing, it's leadership at its best. And I'm proud to have met this guy. I'm proud that the past 48 hours he's been guiding me, and I've been following him, and he's been really the true leader for me.
You're gonna make me cry!
Stop.